Do not listen to this visualization whilst driving or operating heavy machinery. Ideally listen when you are deeply relaxed and so able to absorb all the suggestions at a deeper level. So just lie back, close your eyes, and picture for a few moments exactly what it is that you want to achieve in the future. Perhaps it's a personal development goal, improving yourself in some way, or maybe you have some career or financial goals. Or perhaps you wish to relate and deal with issues or people in a different manner. Whatever it is, just close your eyes and picture exactly what it is that you want. Which vision of yourself makes you most happy? And now, if you would, I want you to imagine leaving your body and floating way up in the air, way up above yourself, way, way up. So far up that you look down upon yourself and you see your life below you. Yesterday, last week, last year, many years past. Your whole life is below you. You look in one direction and you can see the moment you were born, and then you look in the opposite direction and you can see the future. Your future. You can even see beyond your future, and you see a straight line running through your whole life, from before you were born to way into the future. How fascinating it feels to be above all this time and space. And I want you to know that your subconscious mind is here, and you feel very safe and secure here. Your subconscious mind is always protecting you, always looking after you, always doing whatever it needs to take care of you. Now I would like you to float all the way over and above your future timeline. Keep floating all the way until you reach the very end of your timeline. And then stand on the very future end of your timeline and look out even further towards the future. Look beyond the very future end of your timeline. And notice if you can find the light. Find the light at the end of your timeline. There it is, right over there. And now you have found this light, take a breath and float off the end of your timeline and float into the light. Become one with the light at the end of your timeline. Your body disappears into the light at the end of your timeline. Merge into the light. Become one with the light. And as you are now one with the light, you realize that you have the power to expand the light. You can expand the light as much as you wish, and you choose to make the light fill the room you are now sitting in. Expand the light. And you decide to make the light as big as the building you are in. You allow the light to continue to increase in size, and it expands to cover the roads and paths outside, and then any other buildings in the area. The whole town or village you are in becomes enveloped by this light. And and then the surrounding fields. Everything is disappearing into the light. And the bigger the light becomes, the faster it expands. So before you know it, the light covers the whole region that you are in. Tune in to this feeling of being one with the light as the light continues to expand, bigger and brighter and faster, until the entire country you're in has become one with the light. Rivers, mountains, forests, cities have disappeared into this light. And any surrounding countries have disappeared into the light. And yet the light continues to expand and flow. Seas and oceans have merged into the light. East, west, north, south, entire continents are becoming engulfed in this purest white light. Mother Earth has become one with the light. And yet the light continues to expand more and more, faster and faster, up into the atmosphere and into space. The light flows into space. The moon disappears into the light. The planets, Mars. The light races across our whole solar system, and soon our own sun becomes one with the light. And the light keeps expanding, increasing, growing. The nearest stars, Alpha Centauri, even our own Milky Way, and then our entire galaxy disappear into the light. And still the light races across space. Our closest neighbor, the Andromeda constellation, merges into the light expanding faster and faster across all of space and time, until our entire universe and all parallel universes have disappeared into this light. All is light. Now, if you would, imagine the thinnest shell of your body forming around the light. So if somebody were to look at you from the outside, it would appear that your body was filled with infinite, bright, white light. Every single cell in your body is filled with light. Every cell, every molecule, every atom, every atomic particle, every electron, proton, neutron, all the way down to the quantum space between the quantum particles, is filled with light. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy, creativity, and intelligence. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy. The light is you, and it is an infinite source of energy. And if you would, in order to strengthen these connections, I'd like to ask you to transport yourself back to the beginning of time, all the way back in time, all the way back down through your timeline. You're now traveling back through your future, floating back through your adulthood, your teens, your childhood, floating back to even before your own lifetime, floating back through many lifetimes. Just let yourself go back to the very beginning of your timeline, wherever that may be. And you ask that infinite source of light and energy to supply you with all the abilities and learnings and resources that you need to be the most perfect person. That vital energy or life force that permeates all of existence and fed us from the beginning. You take a couple of deep breaths and inhale all of this pure energy that will supply you whenever you need it. And now it's time to float back to the very future end of your timeline, bringing all that light and energy and wisdom right back with you. And as you float back over your timeline, you reflect this infinite light down upon your timeline, filling up your timeline so that your entire timeline radiates light. Your entire timeline vibrates with light. And as this happens, you float up even higher and further above your timeline to that place where your entire future is stretched out below you. And from this position, you are the creator. And you choose to create thousands and thousands of pictures and images of the superb, brilliant you, easily and effortlessly achieving exactly what you want to do, living your life exactly how you want to be. And each one of these pictures rain down like little seedlings of light into your future timeline, so that your entire future timeline realigns and reevaluates itself in such a way that you have an undeniable experience of being able to easily create exactly the future you want. And just doing this causes your entire future timeline to create the path and direction that is needed for you to move forward positively and in harmony with your true self. And as these images rain down, your timeline bubbles and froths with activity as more and more events, last steps, learnings and discoveries place themselves on your timeline. Just enjoy now for a few moments floating and creating your perfect future in time and space. And now, it's time to return, so I'd like you to float all the way back above your timeline to now. And then float back down into your room and into your body. And on the count of 3, you will be feeling wide awake and refreshed and ready for the rest of your day. 1, 2, 3, wide awake. Open your eyes, you're feeling wide awake. Wide awake.